Danielle here from Sturbridge Yankee Workshop. Today we are going to be creating these felt flowers from the wool roving that is available in our felted flower kit. A pair of scissors, a large mug or cup full of hot water and non-antibacterial dish detergent, the instruction booklet, the wool roving, a towel, thread, a sewing needle, a large tray or waterproof surface to work on, the 3 pins available in the kit. Once you've opened your felted flower kit, it is now time to choose the color that you will be using to make your flowers. Each kit comes with larger bats of roving in various colors, as you can see here, for the flower petals and the leaves, as well as smaller sections of pencil roving and wool bits that you can create accents with. To make yellow flower petals, we have taken this section of yellow roving and we have separated it from the larger section of roving in the kit. To start your first petal, what you want to do is separate another section from the fleece. As you can see, it comes apart very easily here. And now from this smaller section of roving, what we're going to do is separate it into 3 smaller pieces that are each about 2.5 inches long. Pull the fibers apart into the size that you need. We have set our tray down here to protect the wood surface underneath. Here we have our 3 lengths of wool fibers. Currently they are arranged in such a way that the grain is running this way, top to bottom, as you can see there. And to start the process, we are going to be overlapping them in such a way that the first layer has the grain running up and down, the second layer has the grain running side to side, and the last layer has the grain running again up and down. If you're having a hard time determining which way the grain is running, it helps to tug gently on the fibers. You'll see in the direction that they're separating is the direction of the grain. Once you have your fibers all set up, go ahead and move your mug with its hot water and dish detergent inside to an easily accessible place. And the first step is going to be to take some of that water and sprinkle it right on the wool fibers. Don't be afraid to use too much, as the soapy hot water is what's going to be stretching and constricting the wool fibers so that they are easier to felt. Once you've added water to your felt piece, what you're going to do is hold it down with your 2 hands and slowly from the center start making circular motions. This may feel a bit strange at first, and the wool will tend to move around, but as you can see there in the center, it has started to mat together, which is exactly what you want. If the fibers start sticking to you, go ahead and add some more soapy water, as this again is what helps them mat together. Continue to work in circular motions from the inside towards the outside. Don't worry about whether or not the flower looks perfect. If you do have funny edges like this, you can fold them in towards the center and massage those in with the rest of the fibers. At this point, it is solid enough that you can take it and rub it between your hands as if you were washing your hands with a bar of soap. This will continue to solidify the piece. At this point, don't worry if you get little holes or any tears in the fabric. They are all part of the charm of hand making items by yourself. When you pull and tug on the fibers, they do not come apart easily. And now that it is all nice and soapy and felted together, the next step is rinsing it. If you have access to a sink, it would be much easier to rinse this in the sink, first under hot or warm water and then cold water to shrink the fibers. If you are working in a classroom or around a table, you can go ahead and set up a bowl of water as we've done here. In warm water, the felt will start to stretch a little bit. That is okay. Rinse the whole thing in the water to get out all of that soap. Once your felt flower has been rinsed, you can set it aside to dry and then grab some of the green roving so that you can make some leaves to accent your flower. And this you can also separate into 3 small sections, just as we did for the flower petal. Start your leaf the same way you started your flower petal. Lay 1 piece of roving down with the grain running up and down. The second piece will lay right on top with the grain running side to side. And the third piece on top of that one, again with the grain running up and down. We'll repeat the process of sprinkling the wool with our hot soapy water to get the felting process started. At this point, it helps to work gently, especially on a piece as small as this leaf. It will slide around on the surface, and if it helps, you can hold down the wool with one hand while making the circular agitation motions with your other hand. Now that our flower is completely dry, after looking at it again, I'm thinking that perhaps we can add some accent wool to the top to add some definition. And now that you're comfortable with the process of felting the wool, let's try another color. We have our first layer and the second layer. And for the final layer, we're going to use some of this bright orange. For the final accent on the flower, here we have some of the black roving available in the kit, and because this piece is so small, we can simply roll it in between our hands with some of the soapy water to create that accent in the center of the flower. After rolling the felt in some soapy water in between my hands and fingers, it has created a nice tight little ball that we can now sew onto the flower. Now we are going to attach all the pieces together, add the leaf, and then add the pin. Start by taking your second layer and placing it on top of the first, and then taking your black accent and placing it in the center or wherever you wish it to go. And now what we are going to do is take our needle and thread and carefully slip it right through the center of the black accent and pull it through so that now the black accent is attached to both flowers. And you can see I've made a knot here on the back. I'm using red thread so that you can see it on the camera, and you are welcome to use whichever color thread you like. And hopefully after a few times of doing this, the black accent will be totally secure into the felt fibers. On the back of your piece, once you have finished securing the black accent to the front, you will need to create a knot so that your thread does not slide back through. And to do that, simply push the thread through the felt fibers there. Pull it through, leaving just a small loop here on the side. Send your needle through that loop and pull it tight. And now you can snip with your scissors close to the knot and the thread will not come loose. Now to the back of the flower, we are going to attach the pin so that you can wear your flower out and about, give it as a gift, and show off your creation to all your family and friends. Now that the pin has been secured, and again I'm using colorful thread here so that you can see the stitches that I did, and of course you can use any sort of stitching that you like to secure the pin to the back of the flower. You could even, if you wanted to, use a hot glue gun to secure the back of the flat part of the pin to the actual flower, and there would be no stitching involved. After creating that felt flower, we still have all of this roving available to us that was left over in the kit. Let's see what else we can create. It is also possible to cut pre-felted pieces into smaller shapes that you can then use to create additional petals for a flower arrangement or for accent pieces. You can also make stems for your flowers like I have done here, using 2 layers of the green roving and rolling it in between your hands like so. We just created all of these accents here on the right, and amazingly we still have all of this material left over to make more items. As you can see, the possibilities are nearly endless. There you have it, folks. We hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on our felted flower kit. With this kit, you can create pins, you can create felted flowers all by themselves, give them away as gifts, or enjoy them and show them off to all of your friends and family. This is a great kit for both kids and adults alike who are interested in learning more about fiber arts. You can find this kit and others on our website at www.sturbridgeyankee.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.